Good morning, good morning, good morning. It is wonderful to be with you today. Happy Monday, and I hope that you had a great week. Um, let's see. Hey, Brandy, so glad you're here. Thanks for joining us today. Um, So I just wanted to go over a couple of things again before we get started today. This coming week, hey Ravenheart, lovely to see you, my dear. Um, so this week, coming up, first week of August, Mother's Online Retreat. And it is all about changing your relationship with fear, learning what fear really is, the purpose that it holds in your life, its importance when it's out of balance, and the damage it can cause, and how to shift that. So the focus is making fear your ally. It's an online retreat. It is 4 days, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. This Thursday, uh, August, what is that? The 3rd, 4th, 5th, and 6th. And all the times are in Pacific time. It is generally during the day on those 4 days. And everything is recorded, the video and the audio. So if you can't make the live sessions, if you can't make one or more of the live sessions, not to worry, it's all being recorded so you can watch it later. And you get to download the audio and keep that as part of your tuition exchange. So if you're interested, go to our website, belovedpublications.com, and you can sign up there. And I'm really, I don't know, just for me personally, I just have to say, for me personally, the feeling I get about this particular retreat is this is pivotal for me. Like, I've been waiting for this for a long time, not just what she's going to teach, but as always, the incredible grace that she will grant us, that she will gift us with, and the shifts that I know are going to take place as a result of that. I feel like I've been looking forward to this my whole life. And I'm always excited about her retreats because they're always amazing, but this one in particular holds a very, very special something for me. And um, yeah, even if I weren't channeling, I'd be called to do this retreat. Um, Hi, everybody. So good to see you all. Thanks for joining us today. I was just talking about the upcoming retreat. There is still plenty of space since it's online. There's really no limit as to how many people can attend. And yeah, so would love, love, love to have you there. And if you think that these weekly videos are pretty incredible, if you've never attended a retreat, you will be amazed. It is so powerful. Being with Mother consistently for 4 days has an extraordinary effect on people individually, and then whoever attends, the collective. So she's working with everybody where they're at, meeting them where they're at as an individual, and really changing the energy, the vibration of the collective. It's extraordinary. Um, oh, yay, Cindy! I'm so glad you're going to be there. Well, see, Cindy's got a wedding she's going to, but if she misses anything live, it'll all be recorded, so she won't miss out on anything. And all the times are in Pacific time. I don't know if I mentioned that. But anyway, we'd love to see you all there. All right, let us begin. Mm. Hello, beloved ones. It is wonderful to be here with you today. I thank you for taking time out of your lives to spend with me, to sit with me in this moment, whether you are here as it's occurring or you are watching later. You are taking a moment, minutes out of your day to connect with me in this way. You lend me your attention, listening to what I have to offer, taking it in. Does it resonate with you or not? Is it a tool that is going to assist you or not? And so I wish to take time in this moment to honor you. It is an honor to serve you. And it is an honor to be served by you. Because in this moment when we are together, whether you have just stumbled upon me through this body right in this moment, just this video, we are in service together. We are in co-creation together, because I can tell you, without a doubt, beloved ones, you would not be here with me now, even if it's only for a few moments, and then you are off again to another video, or you say, oh, this is not for me. Your soul has brought you to this moment, because even in the blink of an eye, I am being granted the opportunity to serve you. Because for me, for your soul, there is no time. Your spirit is out of time, is not bound by time or space. There are no limitations of that nature. And so what seems to you 5 minutes of just, or 1 minute or 30 seconds of watching a video on YouTube can be enough time to receive all the grace you need from me for your next steps, your next actions, your next choices. And just that small choice to watch a minute of one of my videos is enough. It is you opening a door to the divine. Just enough for what you need. And so I thank you. I thank you for the moment or the moments that you are offering to me and receiving from me. It can be easy to judge your life in relation to time. How much time have you dedicated to this, or how much time have you dedicated to that? And that's all right, because you are human and your linear perception of time is normal. It is what is sort of agreed upon within your collective. How you all choose to navigate your lives. Some through convenience, some through because your mind needs that kind of linear way of perceiving your life. But for me, all life is happening in a single moment, in this moment. And it is not linear, but it is spread out, if you can imagine that, in every direction. For me, time is more spherical, or it embraces all that is. And so I am not bound by your linear time structure. Which leads me to what I want to focus on today, and that is your expectations of the divine. So if we look at this one thing, time, this one structure that is so important to humanity, and understandably so, right? There's nothing wrong with the importance of time. But because it's so important in the human dynamic, you often then perceive other things, people, events, circumstances through that same sort of linear lens, that there is a progression, there's a beginning, a middle, and an end. There's a linear progression to whatever it is you are involved in the moment. So when you have something so important as time, that is sort of the overarching premise by which you all arrange your lives and make your choices, it is easy to fall into the trap that we of the divine are on that same schedule. And so your expectations, let's say, for example, you make an appointment at 2 o'clock on a Tuesday, and you make it with, say, a professional. You are going to the doctor's office. Well, you have a reasonable expectation that when you show up at the doctor's office at 2 o'clock, that someone is going to be there to greet you. You might have to wait to actually see the doctor, depending on how their day is going, and that is somewhat understood and accepted within your collective. But you rarely would expect to show up at the office and it's closed up. There's no one there. Door locked, no one there to greet you. You know you have the day right, the time right. You know that this office is always open on Tuesdays, but for some reason it's closed and no one contacted you, no one told you anything, just no one there. Now, your expectation has been has been dented, right? You took time out of your day, right? There's the word time. You took time out of your day. You had an appointment that is all about time. You had an expectation that you're going to fulfill your part of the agreement in time, and they are going to fulfill their part of the agreement in time. But someone didn't hold up their end. Your expectations, you feel, have been dented, have been bruised. But what you've really decided on as a culture when it relates to something like time that is so pervasive is that expectation is also how you measure trust. You trust that you have made this appointment and they've said, oh yes, we're going to be there. We'll see you Tuesday at 2 o'clock. They even send you reminders, but then you show up and no one is there. So they have broken trust. Even if there was a good reason. Even if it, let's say, which is very unlikely, but everyone woke up very ill and no one could come into work. And even when you hear about that, they call you the next day, we're so sorry. Everyone got sick, we couldn't get there, no one had the energy to make calls, to go into, even look into who was scheduled. Even then, you might think, oh, all right, I understand, but your trust is often not replenished. It is not rebuilt. Many people would never go back to a doctor's office that did something like that. So your expectations are often deeply woven into your experience of trust, how you perceive trust, how you build trust, how trust is maintained out in the world. But when you are dealing with, when you are communing with, when you are reaching for the divine that lives outside of time, that is not bound by time and therefore is not beholden to time. And you build the same kind of expectations that are really about your trust. Then you can see where there may be problems. Because you are coming from one perception and the divine is living in another. And that is not to say that you cannot find your equilibrium within the divine. But I'm encouraging you today to really look deeply into your expectations. And oftentimes these expectations are created in such a way as to cover up your yearning for trust that you're building into the expectation without self-honesty. we will always provide what you need. Whether that is through verbal guidance, intuitive guidance, whether that is simply setting events in such a way that the path to fulfilling your needs is established and maintained. But what you need is based on your soul's evolution and the way your mind is formed, the way your personality lives within you, your true essence. That is what your needs are based on, that the divine provides for you. That is where I encourage you to build honest trust. But we can only do so much. In that, you have free will, you have free choice. And if you are determined to allow your fears to stand between you and our ability to provide for you, if that is what you are saying, if you are saying, no, my fears are more important than my needs, my fears and all the behaviors that flow from those fears are worthy of more attention, more energy, more focus than my needs, then we have to honor that. And it is our joy to honor that, because we understand outside of time that you are experiencing your evolution the way you need to experience it. Do not try and camouflage your trust building within expectations. These are different things. Honest building of trust is taking responsibility for your choices, your actions, your feelings, your behaviors, your mindsets. And allowing the internal shift that opens the way for us to meet your needs wherever you're at. Doesn't matter how little or how much, doesn't matter. Wherever you are at, we will meet you there. Do not base your trust on the divine. In your expectations. Expectations are built in the future. A vision, a desire, a want that you've created for yourself. Like the doctor's appointment. Well, I'm doing this, so the divine should do that. Right? Tit for tat. Keeping score. Linear. I'm doing this, so I should get that in return. But that is not how we work. We work in all things as one, at once. And there are some fears that you may choose to hold close, to cling to, no matter how much pain and suffering it costs you. And that's all right. You are human beings, and you may not always know how to let go of the fears that drive you. But one way you can ease your path is to take an honest look at your expectations in relation to the divine, and take the time to build your trust with the divine, separate from any expectations you might build in the future around whatever it is you believe you want from the divine. Let yourself settle into the trust that your needs will be met by the divine when you give your permission for us to do so. And that comes from within you, beloved ones. You have to open the door. You have to say yes. And not here, but here and here. And if the expectations rise, see them for what they are. They are generally a setup for possible disappointment. So when you show up at the doctor's office and no one's there, and you're at the right time and the right day for when you made the appointment, trust that something else is happening, and it may not have much to do with you. And maybe trust that you need to be there on a different day at a different time to get what you need. And when you come to your appointment with that, then whatever happens, you are trusting that life is flowing, not linear, but it's flowing in the way that you need it to flow. That it is not always a direct linear path from point A to point B. Because when the expectation is gone, then you do not feel dented or bruised. That time has somehow been stolen from you. You took your time out, you showed up, right? And yes, at some point, you may need to speak up for yourself. to let them know that you don't appreciate that. You understand, but it would be great if maybe they came up with a system that bypassed that problem in the future. But it does not have to be expressed with anger or self-righteousness, because you have not been robbed. Your path has simply been diverted. You have been given the time to be somewhere else doing something else than what you thought you were going to be doing. That is how the divine works. And if you cling to the expectation that we are going to show up for you in a linear point A to point B fashion, you will go from disappointment to disappointment to disappointment, because you are not building trust. You are building expectations that are not in love. They are in fear. They are not sustainable, and they will not sustain you. Trust sustains you, and trust can only be found through loving truth. And each one of you can feel what I am sharing with you today. You've all experienced expectation and truth. You've experienced trying to build trust through the shaky foundations of expectation, and how that keeps collapsing over and over again. And then you have trust issues. Of course you do. It makes perfect sense. But let's you and I try building trust between us without expectations, just with honesty and with love. And let's see where you get with that. Let's see if that makes a difference for you. If you can feel how that will smooth your path and make it easier to continue to say, yes, divine, everything, Spirit of all, Mother, I trust that you are providing what I need. And all that I'm asked to do as a human being is to surrender all that stands between us, all the fears, all the expectations, the linear assumptions. And I would tell you, each of you, that you are doing beautifully. You would not be here right now if you were not. You would not be able to hear what I'm saying to you. You would not be able to take it in. You would not be able to sit in the vibration that I'm creating for you right now. Take this moment to feel that you are not only loved by the divine, but you are cherished. You are welcome and you are honored. Be kind to yourself in this exploration. It can be a bit wobbly in the beginning, separating out your trust from your expectations and recognizing why they are different and how it benefits you to keep them separate. I love you always. Namaste. Hmm. Ooh. Okay. How many of you felt like she was talking directly to you today? Oh my goodness. Oh, I'm so glad, Annette. That is wonderful. Branislav, Ricardo, the retreat has already started. I got the same feeling, Cindy. That she just started on the retreat today. Oh, Eugenia, it's great to see you. The Indigo Doors. Lovely to see you. Sunflower, Anna, Brandy, Ricardo, Ravenheart, Warrior Girl. So good to see you. All right, everybody. Yeah, let me know. Was she talking directly to you today? Because I felt like, yeah, you for sure, Sunflower. Yep, me too. I definitely felt that. Well, if you enjoyed this live stream or if you're watching it as a video, please hit the like button. And if you haven't already done so, subscribe to the channel. Energetically, it would just be so awesome to welcome you into our little YouTube community here. It would just be great to have you. Um, Have a fantastic week, and I can't wait to see some of you at the retreat. I'm super excited. Oh, that's awesome, Jane. Thanks for sharing. I knocked you out. Well, I know I get to see some of you at the retreat, and I just can't wait. Ooh, it's going to be awesome. And again, if you'd like to sign up or read more about it, go to belovedpublications.com and you'll see the links to find the information page, and you can register online. So can't wait. All right. Love you all. Mwah. Have a great week. Bye-bye.